Hey there, this is Megan at Rocky Mountain Sewing and Vacuum. Today we're going to be talking about the Pfaff Expression 710 machine, which I've got right here. One thing that tends to draw people to this machine is the color. The purple on it is just beautiful, so people tend to really get attracted to it. But not to mention, along with that, it's got a lot of great features that I think just make your life a lot easier when you're sewing and make it more fun and not work. So let me show you what some of those are. So the buttons on here really do make your life a lot easier. If you've done any research, you'll notice that it looks very similar to the Pfaff Quilt Expression 720. That's because these guys are kind of brother-sister machines. So these two buttons here, instead of having somewhere to lift your presser foot up and down, are going to be what you use to do that. One thing that I like is that it does give you an extra high presser lift up, or presser foot lift up. If you press it down, it'll go completely flat. Or if you're trying to position and you didn't quite get it right, you can press the down again for it to hover just a little bit so you can resituate, which I use all the time because I'm never perfect when I'm trying to place at the start. The buttons over here are made for this one if I'm using some of the beautiful decorative stitches that this machine has and something happens halfway through, I can start it back at the beginning. This one is going to be my speed control. Then I've also got my tie-off function, my needle down, which also works as a pivot function, so the needle will stop down so I can rotate my fabric. The stop-start button, which I personally use a whole lot because, you know, little people or animals or things like to sit right on that nice big foot control that comes with this machine. So if you unplug it, you can actually use that to still sew even without your foot control. And of course, the scissor button, which is one of my favorite things, and I am a big spoiled baby, can't have a machine without it, because it'll tie off the threads, cut the threads, and put it on the back side, making your life a lot easier when it's time to get everything finished and put together. Now, the touchscreen on this is also going to be a color touchscreen, which I think is great, and I'll show your stitch there, along with your stitch width, stitch length, and your tension. And I just think that's really nice and easy, right in the right spot for you, along with showing you what presser feet and stuff it recommends per the stitch that you're doing. Then not to mention, with all the gorgeous decorative stitches that are up there, I can go in here and scroll through them. And if I pick a different one, let's do something fun like that guy, it'll actually show me what is needed for that stitch and actually give me a description of what that's about to look like. So let's try this one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that stitch. I'm going to use my foot control on this one, so you'll see it automatically lowers the presser foot without me having to touch that. And then we're going to go ahead and do our decorative stitch. Now the decorative stitches are really fun to add embellishments to whatever you're working on. If you want to add something funky to a hem or do a crazy stitch quilt, or I know a lot of people who use it on their binding as well to make it kind of look kind of fun and funky. Before I'm done, I'm going to hit that scissor button. It's going to finish this last rotation for me, and then tie it off just like it is. Cut the threads for me. Raise the presser foot, and it brought both of those tails to the back. And what it ends up doing is making that beautiful stitch. So it makes me very excited every time I use this, and there are tons to choose from. The 710, however, does not have the Pfaff exclusive stitch techniques that the 720 does, which are similar to the ones that are available on the Creative Icon. But even still, it is a fantastic machine. I strongly recommend coming and checking this machine out at one of our Rocky Mountain Sewing and Vacuum locations. It is a really fun machine. Not only that, it does have a lot of great features pumped into a really good price, and I think it's just a great one to go check it out. I think it would be a fantastic addition to anyone's sewing room. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you come and see it.